Okay. We are live. All right. Mic is on. Awesome. Let's check. Yeah, the mic is on. Woohoo! Oh, yeah, it's on. Oh, but it's sideways on Instagram. We're fixing it Instagram. You check Facebook. So many devices. Yes. Yay! Ellie. This is so fun. We're getting Instagram going. Hi, Kelly. Yes. Sweet. We're going to wait a couple more minutes to let you guys log in. If you haven't already, you can go to Spotify, either my account, Chelsea Roberts 25, or the Yoga Shack, and follow the live stream hip hop yoga for 320 playlist. And once we start, you can hit play and follow along with us. There won't be music playing. There won't be music playing here because Facebook and Instagram will shut us down. So play the music at your house. It's a super fun playlist. What's up, Chelsea? Yay. That's perfect. We're so excited to have all of you joining in. Let me see. Yay. Yeah, I think Facebook and Instagram were working. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. I have Nika and Courtney here. They're going to be demoing. Yay. Yes. I think we have everything live. Yeah, because we can't do it on Sonos because it'll shut down. Yeah, if they hear it though, they'll, yeah. So Facebook and Instagram will be able to hear it. So I'm just going to play it on my phone over here quietly. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So we're going to get started in just a moment. We are going to start standing today. So we're going to jump right into it. It's going to be a 30 minutes power-ish flow. So do what you can, modify as you need, have a little fun with it today. We have a fun playlist, so we're going to start. I miss all of you guys. I'm glad we can do this live together. So let's get started. So finding a stance at the top of your mat. And just start feet about hips distance apart, soft bend in the knees. You can go ahead and start your playlist. Closing the eyes. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And let it go. Feel the shoulders slide down away from the ears. Fingers spread wide, palms face front. Next, inhale, sweep both arms overhead, long spine. Side body stretch. Right hand grabs your left wrist. Press your hips forward, lift it up and over to the right, stretching through the ribs. Back to center, switch your grip, lift it up and over to the left. Back to center, release your grip, swan dive down to the mat, forward folds. Let the head hang heavy, take a couple breaths, bend the knees, bend through one and then the other. Relax the neck and the jaw. Hands slide up the shins, halfway rise, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold it down. Plant the palms, step it back, find your high plank pose. We're here for 3 breaths. Building a little heat in the body. As a modification, you can drop to the knees. Engage the quads, press through the heels, big breath in, and let it go. Next inhale, shift it forward, shoulders come past the wrists, elbows scrape the ribs, lower all the way down to the belly. Uncurl the toes for baby cobra, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and melt it back down. Press it back, child's pose, hips to the heels, knees wide or close together. Take a couple breaths here, stretch out the low back, feel your forehead, your third eye space pressing into the mat. Breath in and let it go. Slowly pull yourself up into tabletop, hands and knees, right into your downward dog, hips to sky. This is your first down dog. Take a couple breaths and feel it out. You can bend the knees, especially if your hamstrings are tight this morning. Next breath in, lift both heels high. Bend the knees, gaze forward, step or hop, feet top of mats. Hands to shins, halfway rise. And fold. Reverse swan dive, sweep arms out and around, reach it overhead. Palms meet, heart center. Inhale, arms rise. Follow your breath. As you exhale, dive it all the way down to the mat, forward fold. Hands to shins, halfway rise. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop it back, chaturanga, right into your first vinyasa. Wiggle the toes together. Right leg sweeps high, 3-leg down dog. Bend the knees, stack and open the hip. Find your scorpion tail. Now feel your left heel pressing down toward the mat as you lift your right knee a little bit higher, peeling it open. As you exhale, knee to nose, cheetah pose, round the spine and hold. Can you lift your hips a little bit higher? Right foot in between the palms, drop the back knee down, low lunge, arms rise. Your variation. You can reach your arms overhead or bring the hands to the hips, low back. Feel it out. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, left hand inside the right foot, right arm reaches up, spinal twist. Right hand comes down, framing the front foot right into your half splits. Shift it back, lengthen out the front leg. Feel the toes float toward the shin. Lengthen the spine as you reach your heart past your knee. And slowly bend into front knee. Curl the back toes under, plant the palms, step it back. Take your vinyasa, your variation. Cobra or up dog, peeling thighs off the mat. Meeting in downward facing dog. Wiggle toes together, left leg sweeps high. Bend the knees, stack and open hips, scorpion tail. This side might feel a little different. Right heel presses down as you stack the hips. Knee to nose, cheetah pose, round the spine and hold. Lift your hips a little higher, find that cat back shape. Left foot in between the palms, low lunge, drop the back knee down. Arms rise or hands to the hips. Explore, feel out the side. Maybe you twist, side stretch. Exhale, brings right hand down inside the left foot. Left arm peels open, spinal twist. Feel the shoulders slide down away from the ears. Left hand comes down, framing the front foot. Shift it back, half splits, left side. Toes to the shin, reaching the heart forward. Slowly bend into front knee, curl the back toes under, take your vinyasa, sweep the left leg back. Option for three-legged. Downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath together, in through the nose. Open the mouth. Let it go. Wiggle the toes together, right leg sweeps high. Pull the right foot all the way through, in between the palms, warrior one. Back foot 45 degrees, arms rise. Feel the pinky toe side of your left foot pressing into the mat as your left hip presses forward. Hands come behind your low back, interlace them, making a fist. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest as you open the heart space. Exhale, humble warrior. Right shoulder comes down inside the right knee. Fists reach toward the sky. Stay low. Hands come to your low back. Another spinal twist. Left hand inside the right foot. This time float your back heel up. Right arm reaches toward the sky. We're here for just a breath. Vashisthasana, side plank. Left hand stays. Right foot sweeps to stack or stagger with the left. Play with your variation. You can drop your bottom knee, a little more support, or play with floating the right leg off the mats. You got it. Pull the right foot all the way through, in between the palms, crescent lunge, power through the legs, arms rise. Finding some stability in your high lunge here, the feet pulling in toward each other, contracting your core. Cactus out the arms, tap the back knee straight down to the mats. Breathe in, rise back up, high lunge. One more, just like that. Cactus out your arms, tap the knee. Rise back up, high lunge. Windmill it open, back foot plants parallel to back of mat. Find your warrior two pose. Take your time. You may have to widen your stance a little bit, wiggling your front toes forward. Front palm flips. Reverse your warrior, lift it up and back. Left hand slides on the left thigh or comes behind your lower back. Torso rises, warrior two. Straighten out your front knee, shift your hips back a little bit and hinge your torso forward. Right hand to right shin or a block, whatever you have at home using a block. Triangle pose. Think more about the length of your spine, reaching crown of head forward. Root down through the feet, torso rises, bend into right knee, warrior two. Gazing over front fingertips, one warrior pulse. Inhale, sweep it up, straighten the legs, arms reach overhead. As you exhale, sink it down, warrior two. Cartwheel, hands down, top of mat. Float your left foot all the way up, forward fold. Wiggle the feet together. Big bend in the knees. Lift your heels high. Sink the hips low as you find a toe stand. So take a couple breaths. Feel out your feet. You can keep your hands on your mat for a little grounding or play with balance. Float your palms heart center. If you want that extra fire this morning, float the hips off the heels just an inch. Slow transition, Navasana boat pose. Roll back to the heels all the way to your sits bones. Feet release out in front of you. Keep your chest lifted. You could grab behind the thighs or reach your arms forward, palms up. Lower down halfway. Find your canoe. Low back presses down into the mat. Rise back up. Find your boat. One more, just like that. Lower down halfway. Draw the navel toward the spine. And rise back up. Cross the ankles, roll over the feet, plant the palms, step, hop, float it back, chaturanga. Take your vinyasa. Meet in your down dog or child's pose. We have 2 breaths. Open mouth exhales to release extra heat that you're building in your body. When you're ready, meet in your down dog. Toes come together, left leg sweeps high behind you. Pull the left foot all the way through in between the palms for warrior one. Back foot plants 45 degrees, arms rise. Feel out your warrior one. Hands release behind your low back. Interlace in the opposite way so it feels funky. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Squeeze the shoulders together. As you exhale, dive it down. Humble warrior. Left shoulder inside the left knee. Notice if your shoulders are coming up by your ears. Try and slide them down your back. Stay low. Hands come to your low back. Release. Right hand inside the left foot. Spinal twist as you float your back heel up. Rotate onto both pinky toe sides of your feet, right into your side plank, Vashisthasana. Maybe you try a different variation today. You can grab for the toe like Courtney's doing, going for the bind, or float your left foot off the mat, going into a wild thing like Nika. Make this your own. Big transition wherever you are, crescent lunge, left foot all the way through, in between the palms, arms rise. Back heels lifted, energy shooting out through the heel. Cactus out your arms, tap the back knee straight down to the mat. Power through the legs, rise back up, high lunge. One more, cactus out the arms, tap the knee, rise back up. Back foot rotates 90 degrees parallel to the back of the mat, warrior two. Warrior two is a hip opener, so feel your hips level out and peel open to the wall in front of you. Front palm flips, reverse your warrior, lift it up and back. Keeping the bend in the front knee. Torso rises. Triangle pose, straighten out your left knee. Feel your hips shift back a little bit as you hinge your torso forward. Try and get that length. Left hand comes down to left shin or a block, pillow, whatever you have at home today. Feel the right shoulder and the right hip peeling open toward the ceiling. Root down through the feet, torso rises, warrior two, bend into front knee. Gazing over front fingertips, one pulse. Inhale, sweep it up, arms reach overhead. Exhale, sink it down, warrior two. Bring both hands to your hips, straighten out your left knee. Turn your left toes toward the right, hinge it forward, find your wide leg folds. A couple breaths of playtime here. So see what your body's craving. You can hang out in your fold, relaxing through your neck and your jaw, feeling the tailbone rotate toward the ceiling. If you have a headstand practice at home, take it here, play. We have 3 breaths. Wherever you are, take your time, bring it back down to your wide leg fold. Hands come underneath the face, halfway rise, lengthen the spine, and fold. Walk it to the left, facing top of mat. Plant the palms, step it back. Option to take a vinyasa if you want to flow, or just press it back, downward facing dog. Downward dog. Toes come together. Right leg sweeps high. Right knee, right tricep, hold. We're here for 3 breaths. It's a long time. You can hold or play with an arm balance if that's in your practice today. If you're holding, can you lift your knee a little higher? Try and get it toward the armpit. 3-leg dog. Whoo, let it go. Right knee, left tricep, twist. Fallen triangle, rock star pose. Kick the right leg out to the left. Left arm peels open as you press your hips high. Left hand down, right leg sweeps high. Right foot in between the palms, standing splits, left leg goes high. And let the head melt down, stretching out through your hamstrings. Left toes are pointed straight down toward the mat, just pressing through the left heel. Now crawl your right fingertips to right corner of mat or to a block. Left hand floats to left hip. Keep your flying leg active as you peel and stack the hips open, half moon. You can keep your left hand on your hip or reach your left arm toward the sky. If you want to go for the bind today, bend your left knee. Reach behind you for the foot, kick into the hand, find your back bend shape. One more breath, you got it. Release the bind if you have it. Standing splits, close the hips. One kundalini squat, left knee comes behind the right, hips go low, squeeze your thighs together. Inhale, standing splits. Lower the left toes down, find your forward fold. Let the head hang heavy, shake out the legs. Slowly roll the torso up, one vertebrae at a time. Standing tall. Bring the hands to the hips, shift your weight into the right leg, float your left knee in toward your chest, one-legged Tadasana. Now notice if you can stand a little taller, coming out of your right hip, and extend your left leg straight out in front of you, flex the foot. Bend the left knee, keep it lifted, hinge your torso forward, any variation with your arms, warrior 3. Keeping the hips closed, feel your left thigh spiral inward. Last breath. Fingertips down to the mat, standing splits. Lunge your left toes back about half distance, setting up pyramid pose. Back toes are slightly out, right toes are forward. Square your hips. Think about pulling your right hip back, left hip pushes forward. Surrender down over right leg. Option for more variations here if you want to play. You can stay in your pyramid a few more breaths. If you want to turn this into a twist and revolve your triangle, start by bringing left hand inside or outside the right foot. Right hand floats to right hip. Squeeze your inner thighs together and peel your chest open to the right. You're twisting, melt it down, find your pyramid pose. Deep bend into the front knee, float your back toes all the way up, forward fold. Wiggle the feet out wide, about mat's distance, toes out, heels in, Malasana yogi squats. Sink it down, palms come to the chest. Shoulders slide down the back. You can stay in your malasana or maybe place a block underneath your hips like Nika, more restorative. If you have that fire in you today, you want to play with your crow, hands come to the mat, shoulders distance apart. Place the knees on your triceps and float the feet off the mat, pulling the heels toward your glutes. Make this practice your own. If you're in your crow, you can practice your hop back to your chaturanga. From your malasana, hands to the mat, forward fold, step it back, high plank. Take your flow. Down dog. Shift it forward. Find your high plank. Drop it down to the forearms, forearm plank. Now draw your navel toward your spine. Almost think about tucking your tailbone under and pressing through your shoulders. Tiptoe your feet toward the top of the mat, coming into your dolphin. You can hold your dolphin, working on building that strength in your shoulder girdle. If you want to practice lifting one leg, see how it feels, or take a couple hops. Practicing for your forearm stand. If you're holding your dolphin, stay strong. One more breath. Lower the toes, walk it back out, forearm plank, drop your hips. Whew, take a sphinx pose. Relax the abs and the shoulders. Drop your chin to chest. Take a couple neck rolls as you roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. Head comes down and around, left ear to the left shoulder. Head comes back to center. Pressing through your forearms, curl the toes under, lift the hips, forearm plank, walk it up, downward facing dog. Let's come back to the breath. Inhale through the nose and let it go. Toes come together. Left leg sweeps high. Left knee, left tricep. Hold. Stay strong or play with your arm balance. If you're holding, think like an elevator. Lift the knee a little bit higher toward the armpits. Yes, 3-leg down dog. Let it go. Left knee, right tricep, twist. Fallen triangle, rock star pose. Lift the hips high. Again, if you're going for that power this morning, see if you can float your left foot off the mat, engaging the lower belly, even if it's just for a second. Right hand down, left leg sweeps high. Standing splits, left foot all the way through in between the palms, right leg goes high. Let your head melt down. Enjoy the stretch. Left fingertips crawl to left corner of mat. Right hand floats to right hip. Keep your flying leg active as you peel and stack the hips open. Half moon. And release your grip. Standing splits. Fingertips down to the mat. Lower the right toes down. Find your forward fold. Feet about hips distance apart. Left hand plants underneath the face. Bend into your left knee as the right arm peels open toward the sky. Big stretch in the outsides of the legs, the hips. Right hand plants underneath the face. Bend into the right knee. Peel the chest open. Left arm reaches toward the sky. Left hand down, forward fold. Slowly roll the torso up, one vertebrae at a time, standing tall. Bring the hands to the hips. Shift the weight into your left foot as you pull the right knee into the chest, one-legged Tadasana. Standing nice and tall, extend your right leg straight out in front of you. Flex the foot. Bend the knee. Keep the hands on the hips or find a different arm variation for warrior 3. As you kick your right leg behind you, keep your hips closed, torso hinges forward. Micro bend in the standing leg. You got this, last breath. And standing splits, fingertips down to the mat, stretch it out. Lunge your right toes back about half distance, setting up your pyramid on this side. Back toes are slightly out. If it helps, bring your hands to your hips to help you square them. Pull the left hip back, right hip pushes forward. Then melt down over left leg. Enjoy the stretch in the hips. If you want to revolve your triangle on this side, you can go for it here. Right hand stays down, inside or outside the left foot, left hand, left hip, and peel your chest open. Feel the twist coming from your ribs. If you're twisted, come back down, pyramid pose. Deep bend in the front knee. Float your right toes all the way up. Find your forward fold. Wiggle feet hips distance apart and grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Let your head hang heavy. Elbows come out to the sides as you pull yourself down. Shoulders slide down the back. Deep breath in. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Release your grip, hands to shins, halfway rise, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step, hop, float it back, final vinyasa. Ooh, you guys are doing great. Let's cool it down a little bit. Get into some juicy stretches. Wiggle the toes together. Right leg sweeps high. Pigeon pose. Right knee comes into right wrist. Right foot sweeps to the left side of your mat. If you have any knee pain or issues, you can flip on your back and recline your pigeon or place a pillow or a block underneath your right hip. Hips are square, and when you're ready, you can come down to forearms or all the way down. Close the eyes and come back to your breath. Where can you invite a little extra softness into your body? Take a big breath in and let it go. Slowly press into the palms. Lift the torso up. Curl the back toes under. Right leg sweeps high. 3-leg table or down dog. Shake it out. Roll the ankle. Spread the toes. Down dog. Left leg sweeps high. Pigeon pose. Left knee to left wrist. And left foot sweeps to the right side of your mat. Also option to use your props, pillows, blocks, or flip on your back and recline it. And when you're ready, melt it down over the left leg. Can you surrender down a little bit deeper? Deep breath in and let it go. Once you feel even on both sides, press into palms. Lift the torso up. Curl the back toes under. Shake it out. Left leg goes high. Lower the left toes and slowly bring the knees down to the mat. Find your tabletop. Stacking the hips over the knees. Walk your hands forward, lowering your torso down for your extended puppy pose. This can be pretty intense on the shoulders and the chest, the back. So if this is pretty uncomfortable, you can press it back into your child's pose. If you're in your puppy, feel the heart melting down toward the mat. Forehead or chin presses down. Press into the palms and walk them back underneath the shoulders, taking your time. Finding a big cat back tucked into chest and round through your spine. And slowly come back to neutral. You can shake it out, wiggle the hips. And then shift your feet to one side, lower down to the hips, and swing the legs out in front of you. Legs are straight, feet are flexed. You may have to move your glutes out of the way, rooting down into your sits bones. Both arms sweep high. As you exhale, hinge it forward. Find your seated forward fold. You can have a little bend in the knees, reaching for shins, ankles, toes. As you breathe in, lengthen the spine, reach the heart forward. And as you exhale, melt it down over the legs. And slowly release your grip. Roll the torso up. Bend the knees. Plant the feet about hips distance apart. Hands come behind your hips. Fingertips face forward or slightly out. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest. Lift your hips. Reverse tabletop. You can gaze down the front side body. If your neck feels supported, gently let your head fall back, opening the throat space. As you exhale, lower the hips down. You can grab behind the thighs or extra core, arms reach out in front of you and lower all the way down to your back. Close your eyes and take a full body stretch. Arms and legs go long. Point the toes, arch through the back like you're just waking up in the morning. As you exhale, hug both knees into the chest. Press your low back into the mat and rock a little side to side. Give yourself a little massage, a little love. And then reach for outer edges of feet or calves. Find your happy baby pose. Pulling the knees wide and pressing your tailbone down to the mat. And hug the knees back into chest. Extend your arms out to the sides. They can be cactus out or just relaxed out long. Supine twist. Both knees fall to the right. And letting gravity take over. You've worked the muscles. Now melt. Keeping the eyes softly closed, knees and feet heavy. And then your next inhale, tighten the belly as you bring the knees back to center and let them fall to the left. Feeling both shoulder blades root down into the mat. As you breathe in, knees come back through center. Bring the feet down to the mat, soles of feet together. Let your knees fall out wide for your butterfly legs, your Supta Baddha Konasana. And rest the arms wherever feels natural. You can bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, or arms above you in a diamond shape. Closing the eyes and bringing your awareness back to your breath. Feeling the belly and the chest rise and fall like a wave. And slowly melting into your final shape. Maybe the pose you're in right now is your final shape. Maybe extend your legs out long, taking up space. Your legs are long, let the toes hang heavy to the side. Palms rest down by your sides, face up, ready to receive. Receive energy, all the benefits of your practice today, mind, body, and spirit. Relaxing the tongue away from the roof of your mouth and creating space in between your teeth. Feeling any frown lines between the brows soften and melt away. Taking one final collective inhale all together in through the nose. And as you exhale, open the mouth and let it go. Releasing any last things you may be holding on to today. Stress, anxiety, fears of unknown. Breathe it out. Allowing your mind and your body to drift off into your final Savasana. If you have the time, I invite you to stay in your Shavasana longer. Enjoy this moment. And slowly start to wiggle the fingers, the toes, rocking the head side to side. You can stay laying on your back, or if you want a little more movement, you can slowly bring the palms into the chest. Palms come to heart center. Visualizing bowing chin to the chest, sealing in your practice. Thank you all so much for joining us today, coming together to practice virtually. We appreciate you. We miss you. The light in me sees the light in each and every one of you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Take your time. It was so much fun practicing with all of you. Thanks to Courtney and Nika for being my awesome demos today. And we hope to see you soon.